Hey folks, what's up? So today, November 7th, 2013, is exactly 50 years to the date of November 7th, 1963, that the epic comedy classic It's a Mad, 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 Mad World first premiered. With it being the golden anniversary of this classic film, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about it and tell you all as well why it's one of my all-time favorite films. This film has an impressive cast that includes almost every known comedian of the era. Some of the actors include the legendary Milton Berle, Sid Caesar, Jonathan Winters, Broadway veteran Ethel Merman, Edie Adams, Dorothy Provone, Terry Thomas, Peter Falk, Eddie Rochester Anderson, and of course, Spencer Tracy. As well as having an all-star cast, the film also includes cameos from a who's who's line of comic. Jimmy Durante as Smiler Grogan, who went sailing right out there. Jim Mr. Magoo Buckus as Tyler Fitzgerald, as the owner of the plane that Buddy Hackett and Mickey Rooney managed to get a hold of. Jack Benny driving his iconic Maxwell, offering help to Milton Berle, Terry Thomas, Ethel Merman, and Dorothy Provone. Marvin Kaplan and Arnold Stang as Ray and Irwin, owners of the service station that Jonathan Winters destroys. Jerry Lewis, who drives over Spencer Tracy's hat. Carl, Alan Brady Reiner, and Jesse White as the airport traffic controllers who try to talk down Mickey Rooney and Buddy Hackett. Paul Ford as the slightly confused Colonel Wilberforce, who also tries to talk down Hackett and Rooney. Don Barney Fife Knotts as the nervous motorist who picks up Phil Silvers and then believes Phil's story about him being a CIA agent. And lastly, the Three Stooges as the airport firemen. The plot follows 8 total strangers who are witness to a car crash when Jimmy Durante goes sailing right out there, and they go down to see if he's alright. Before he passes, he reveals the location of where $350,000 are located in Santa Rosita under a Big W. After Jimmy Durante literally kicks the bucket, the motorists get back on the road and at first think nothing of the old man's ramblings. But soon, greed takes over, and after an unsuccessful attempt to divvy up the shares, there's only one way to figure it, and that's every man, including the old bag, for himself. And thus begins one of the wildest chase comedies of all time. Mad World was directed by prolific director Stanley Kramer, who up until Mad World was known for his dramatic dramas, including Judgment at Nuremberg, Inherit the Wind, and The Defiant Ones. With Mad World, Stanley set out to prove that not only could he make a comedy film, but he could make the comedy film of all comedy films, and he definitely succeeded with Mad World. Mad World was written by husband and wife William and Tina Rose and was originally going to be set in Scotland, called Something a Little Less Serious. But when Stanley Kramer agreed to both direct and produce the film, the setting was changed from Scotland to America, and the title became One Damn Thing After Another, and then It's a Mad World, with various mads being added as the production went on. Mad World was filmed between April 26, 1962 until early 1963. The film was originally expected to wrap on December 7th, 1962. Mad World was filmed in various locations throughout Southern California. Most notably were Rancho Canayo for the airport scenes involving Buddy Hackett and Mickey Rooney, and Long Beach doubling for Santa Rosita. Santa Rosita Beach State Park, where the Big W is, was filmed in Portuguese Point in Rancho Palo Verdes, California. Unfortunately, none of the 4 palm trees of the Big W are still around. Graphics designer Saul Bass not only created one of the film's posters, but also animated the opening credits as well. Mad World's iconic score was done by Austrian composer Ernest, who also did the title song with lyrics by Mac David. As well as Ernest Gold's score, Mad World also features 60s girl group The Shirelles singing 31 Flavors, which Sylvester Marcus, Dick Shawn and his girlfriend, Barry Chase, dance to while his mother, Ethel Merman, tries to get a hold of him. Mad World was promoted as the first film made in one projector Cinerama. Cinerama was a widescreen process that simultaneously projected three 35mm projectors onto a 146-degree screen. It's a Mad World premiered on November 7, 1963 at the Hollywood Cinerama Dome. At the time of its premiere, it had a running time of 192 minutes. After Mad World proved to be a box office success, it set the trend in the 60s for all-star epic comedies. Some of the other epic comedies of the 60s were 1965's Those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines, and also from 1965, The Great Race, with Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, and Natalie Wood. Mad World won the Oscar for Best Sound in 1964 and was nominated as well for cinematography, sound editing, film editing, music score, as well as title song. Mad World was also nominated at the Golden Globes for Best Picture Comedy and Best Actor for Jonathan Winters. In 2000, it ranked number 40 on AFI's 100 Years, 100 Laughs special. Mad World has a history of various runtimes. The Roadshow 70mm version at 161 minutes and the 35mm general release at 154 minutes. In the early 90s saw the first attempt to restore Mad World to its original 192-minute cut. Stanley Kramer helped oversee the incorporation of 70mm preview reels totaling 20 minutes of lost footage. In 1991, saw the first VHS and Laserdisc release at 174 minutes. 5 years later, in 1995, saw another release of VHS and Laserdisc with a now running time of 182 minutes. The 182-minute cut is the version Turner Classic Movies regularly airs. In 2001, saw the release of Mad World on DVD for the very first time. The DVD version runs at 161 minutes and includes the 91 and 95 documentary, an hour of extended and deleted scenes, theatrical trailer, as well as re-release trailer from the 70s. In 2011, Mad World first premiered on Blu-ray at 159 minutes and includes all the special features included on the 2001 DVD. The only difference between the Blu-ray is the overture is included, whereas the overture is missing from the DVD, but the Blu-ray is missing the interact after the intermission, whereas the DVD, the interact is included. On October 25th, 2013, after months of rumors and speculations, Criterion officially announced that on January 21st, It's a Mad World would be released on Blu-ray in a complete 197-minute cut. This upcoming Blu-ray release will see Mad World at its closest it's ever been to the original 192-minute cut. The Criterion Blu-ray will have the complete overture, interact, and exit music, and as a special bonus, not heard in 50 years, the police calls that were heard during the intermission. Along with those added goodies, this release will see a plethora of special features spread over a 5-disc Blu-ray DVD set. This is the Mad World that fans have been dying to see. It's a Mad World is one of my all-time favorite films, and I've been a fan of this film for the last 10 or 11 years, since I saw it back in either 2002 or 2003 under the recommendation of my own father. The reason why I love this film so much is a couple things. The number one most important thing is it's a film from the 1960s. As I am a big fan, well not even a big fan, I'm a huge fan of everything 60s. Second, it's a comedy. Comedy is my favorite genre of all time, with horror at a close second. Third, this film is highly quotable, with many lines I myself use in my daily vocabulary. Some of my favorite moments from Mad World are the following. All the driving scenes at the beginning of the film, especially when Sid Caesar gets the map stuck on his face, and Edie Adams takes over the wheel, which causes their car to drive completely all over the road. Jonathan Winters in one of the most famous scenes of the film where he completely destroys Marvin Kaplan and Arnold Stagg's service station. Sid Caesar and Edie Adams setting the hardware store basement stairs on fire and then trying to put it out. And also when Sid accidentally sets off the fireworks while trying to blow up the dynamite. The entirety of Buddy Hackett and Mickey Rooney's flying scenes, especially when they fly through the billboard. And last but not least, the epic finale on top of the fire truck ladder. How do you sum up a film like it's a mad, 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 mad world between its all-star cast, legendary director, iconic score, and memorable locations? It's hard to just pinpoint one thing. But there's one thing that everyone can agree on, and that is that this film is simply a classic. If you've enjoyed this video and are curious to learn more about this classic film, then I highly recommend you check out this guy on YouTube called WCast. He's a 15 or 16-year-old kid who has a special connection to this film, as his uncle, Danny Lee, did the special effects for this film. So I highly recommend you go and watch these kids' videos. You can click here, or the links will be below in the description. After checking out WCast and you're still hungry for more Mad World goodness, why not head over to the Home Theater Forum and join the ongoing discussion about Mad World there. Alright guys, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video and have learned a thing or two about this comedy classic. And now, in honor of the film's 50th anniversary, I'm now going to sit back and relax with an old-fashioned and a shovel and enjoy the 50th anniversary of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.